the ongoing crisis in the Ukraine, and the devastation of the Moroccan earthquake. Let's get into the plans of this nation. You're watching My Consultant. In this week's episode, we're covering a new permanent resident pathway for Ukrainian families. Next, steps to protect international students. Followed by Nova Scotia's new permanent resident pathway for construction workers. Stay with us as I share Canada's support for those affected by the earthquake in Morocco. And Tina will explain the changes the province of Quebec needs you to know. This week's episode of My Consultant is brought to you by Scotia Bank.
Canada has recently launched a new family reunification pathway for Ukrainian temporary residents. Under the new pathway, Ukrainian temporary residents who are already residing in Canada may be able to apply for permanent residency if they meet the eligibility criteria. The pathway is now open and people have 1 year until October 22, 2024 to submit their application. To qualify, Ukrainian nationals must reside in Canada as a temporary resident and must have a Canadian citizen or permanent resident as a family member in Canada. For more detailed information, including how to submit an application, please visit canada.ca.
Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada's Minister Mark Miller announced earlier this week new plans to implement new measures aimed at strengthening Canada's international student program and better protecting students from fraud. Starting on December 1st, 2023, post-secondary designated learning institutions, referred to as DLI, will be required to confirm every applicant's letter of acceptance with the IRCC. In time for the fall 2024 semester, the IRCC is adopting a recognized institution framework to benefit post-secondary DLIs that set a higher standard for services, support, and outcomes for international students. In the coming months, the IRCC plans to assess the post-graduation work permit program criteria and begin to introduce reforms to better collaborate to meet the needs of the Canadian labor market as well as the regional and francophone immigration goals. Canada hopes that through these measures listed, they'll be able to fight against the nefarious frauds who aim to take advantage of students for their own financial gain.
Nova Scotia has launched a new PR pathway for construction workers. The new PR pathway is called Critical Construction Worker Pilot and is a good option for someone who's looking for a permanent residency opportunity in Atlantic Canada. The new PR pathway offers permanent residency to individuals with work experience in one of the 21 construction occupations with labor shortages such as machine operators, mechanics, electricians, and carpenters.
Since the severe earthquake that roared through parts of Morocco on September 8th of this year, Canada has been responding to the crisis by processing temporary and permanent resident applications received on or before September 8th of this year on a priority basis. This includes visitor visa applications for immediate family members of Canadian citizens and Canadian permanent residents, as well as existing applications for refugee resettlement. Now, effective on October 19th, 2023, the IRCC is taking it a little bit further by making it easier for Moroccan nationals already in Canada to extend their stay. Moroccan nationals in Canada as of September 8th can continue to study, work, or visit family by applying for an extension of their temporary status free of charge. These measures will make it easier for Moroccan nationals to extend their temporary status in Canada or move between temporary streams. As well, the IRCC is waiving the requirement to hold a passport or travel document to be approved for a permanent resident visa to come to Canada, recognizing that some people may have lost their travel documents in the earthquake. Canadian citizens and permanent residents from Morocco who wish to return to Canada will have their fees waived for temporary passports, limited validity passports, emergency travel documents, as well as Canadian citizenship certificates and permanent resident travel documents. These measures will be in effect from October 19th, 2023 to March 12th, 2024.
In 2024, Quebec will be implementing some major changes to its post-secondary education system. Let's see how these changes will impact international students. Tuition fees are set to double for out-of-province students attending any of Quebec's 3 English universities. These 3 English universities are Bishop's University, Concordia University, and McGill University. Upcoming international students as well as domestic Canadian students from outside Quebec who are set to attend any of these 3 English universities will pay tuition fees as twice as high as the current rates starting fall 2024. The upcoming tuition hike is being implemented to boost funding of French universities and to protect French. Tuition fees is set to rise from $8,992 to about $17,000 per year. This tuition hike will only impact undergraduate students and graduate students after the fall of 2024. This means that students who are already in the system or PhD students or researchers will not be impacted by this tuition hike. Another major change is that Quebec will start fast-tracking immigration for Francophone students. This change will benefit foreign students who are Francophone or those who have completed their studies in French. This will mean that eligible international students, instead of having to acquire 12 to 18 months of work experience prior to applying for a certificate leading to permanent residency, can make this request immediately after completing their studies. These changes to Quebec's post-secondary education system and immigration pathway are expected to have a notable impact on international students. This is due to the fact that most of the international students who come to Canada arrive from countries that do not speak French. That's all for today. Thank you so much for joining us this week. If you are looking for more information and updates about Canada immigration, then please subscribe to our My Consultant YouTube channel. You can also visit our website myconsultant.ca, where you can find an authorized immigration and citizenship consultant. I am Tina Batra.
And I'm Tashina Thompson, and we'll see you next week.